Of course, social etiquettes we've been discussing. Yeah, handshakes. Handshakes again. Type of handshakes we have discussed, and I just told you that demonstration of the handshake. It should be like uh, when you're shaking hands with the opposite gender, no, means it's okay to be little lighter when you're shaking, but a firm handshake is expected when it is between men, right? When two men are shaking hands, you people have to show little more firmness. It's not like breaking the other person's hand. It's not that firm. Firm is gripping. Gripping means it means that you are involved in that particular talk. You are involved in that particular meet. You are showing some sort of interest towards the person, right? If you are very lethargic and if you're giving it very, very lightly, people might think that you're not interested to talk or you're not part of the meet. That is a understanding when it comes to handshake. Handshake needs to be firm, but it needs not required for the opposite gender people. Opposite gender people, people, the girls or the women can be harder, but men, based on that hardness, you have to make your handshake little firmer. Don't crush them, don't break their hands. So kindly do when you're shaking hands with the opposite gender, initiation has to be from the other person. That is the opposite gender. The women should start the or initiate the handshake. Only then it is advisable because it is India and other places. I guess corporate also it is handshake is the only expected culture. And informally, of course, hugging culture has come into the place, but again, that is not expected in many of the other formal places. It is not expected. Handshake could be the expected. And again, many places still they have the regional way of greeting, right? Regional way of greeting, saying namaste, namaskar. So that respective region will have a different types of greeting. So that particular element can be associated also. So nothing wrong in that. Okay. Okay. People, email etiquettes. I think in the last class we started discussing on this. Email, I told you how you have to write the basic content in the email. So these are the few basic points which you need to use it compulsorily when you're using your email. One of my student, he just not able to remember his LMS password. So I told him, you please write a mail to cmshelpdesk.com to get to know the cmshelpdesk at presenti.com to reset the password. And this fellow, he replied and he was complaining to me, sir, I didn't get any reply mail from CMS Helpdesk. And I asked him why you didn't get that mail from. And I cross-checked the way he addresses them or he sent the mail. Kindly do reset my password. That was a mail he sent. How the people will identify to whom should I reset the password? Who is the person who sent them? That too, he didn't send it from the college mail. He sent it from some other personal mail. Now what happened is people will never understand. At his college mail ID, I know the roll number. From there, I can identify the department. From there, I can know which stream or which year of which year you have joined the institution. Everything I can get to sort right now. But without any of that, if you kindly do reset my mail, how you are expecting people to reply forward, right? So now, when you're using your email etiquettes, certain things which you need to be very careful when you're emailing to someone. The first one is include a clear and a direct subject line. Many of you have noticed that when people are forwarding or when your people are typing a email, I've noticed many people have not having the habit of giving a direct subject. Subject line, it has to end with, it has to have a brief description of what the whole message is. For example, you are applying for any one organization for the post of something. So applying for the post of general manager hyphen regarding. For example, you're asking for a leave, permission to seek a casual leave hyphen regarding. So regarding is a word that has to end with in the subject line. That's a that's a format with which it has to be done. For example, you're applying for changing of password, requesting you to change my, or requesting you to modify, or requesting you to send the password link hyphen regarding. So whatever the whole context of the message, it has to be typed in the subject line. So that's a purpose behind subject line. Second one is use of professional email address. Use of professional email address. Your name should not have any other your fictitious character. I've just seen many of the people are having this habit, adding Spider-Man, Batman, Thor, to their name and they will come with their own email ID, right? So that can be avoided. One of my person whom I've addressed, no, so his mail ID was so weird, and his mail ID starts with Aditya was his name, so his mail ID goes like this: Aditya.Thor@Marvel. Sorry, Aditya.Thor.Marvel@gmail.com. So this looks extremely unprofessional and extremely it is funny, and these kind of things are we can avoid, right? And don't add anything. Numbers can be okay, but numbers it also be like 666 or numbers like certain numbers and all. No, will have a different meaning for in different countries. So even numbers also you can think about adding it. So name should be a little more professional, right? So your name underscore alphabet and a number that is more expected. Or in your name itself you can add something else extra, a or a b or something extra which you can make, right? So try to have a very professional email ID. Think twice before hitting reply all. For example, when you are replying to one particular message through an email, don't reply everyone. What do you mean? Don't reply everyone in your mail. If you look at it, it can be CC can be put to everyone. Many people I can add it as a CC. So when you reply all, mail is from one person to you, and you have to reply to the person who have sent it. Don't reply to all the CC groups. So everyone will be receiving what is a conversation happening between you and the sender. So don't hit reply all that easily. Think twice before you are hitting your reply all button, including signature block. As I told you, the signature block is a very significant element for your email. For example, I'll show you what you mean by a signature block. Most of the people would have known that. Okay, so people, what you're seeing now is your mail. So in the mail, if you go for compose, no, here you can just see my name. Were you all able to view this one, guys? You are seeing my name, my designation, and where do I work, my place of current working area, my mobile number. If I have two numbers, I can give both my mobile numbers, right? So these are the components of my signature. So now, how do I bring in this signature for every mail? So I need to know. So here you can just see a pen symbol, insert signature is there. Once you click on that, Arun Prakash, I've added a new signature. If you wanted to add any other signature new to that one, go to manage signatures. It will open to this particular page. In this page, you can go to the bottom. Yeah, so here I've created one signature, no? So like that, you can click on this create new. Yeah, it will ask for what could be the name of the signature. Say, for example, to my friends and family, I don't want to be this formal, no. My name, my assistant professor designation, why my relative should know about all this, or why my friend should know. My friend is a friend. I need to be a little more informal with it. So now what will I do is I use a different signature for the people who are in the in my friends region. So I'll use Arun. Simply I'll use it. So I'll create one particular signature like this. So here I wanted to have this end message like I wanted to add this message every time. Yours lovingly. I need to be part of the my signature component. Next one, of course, majority of the people will know me. So I can give my nickname. So how do people call me? So I can use my nickname for this. But professionally, how do you have to keep it is this way, right? Informally, you can create it like this. So Arun is my name, and majority of these elements are not required if you're sending it formally. But if you're so professional which you wanted to add it up, and this should be the content which you need. So here, Arun, and I'm currently staying in Bangalore. I wanted to let my people to know about my current place. So I'm just giving my address. So now what I do is you can change your font colors and the text amount, whatever you wanted. So Arun, it can be a little more bolder. Text can be a little more huge. So this one, it can be large, and Bangalore can be like a large one. I need it to be there in the mood. And here my text color, I want it to be in the red, my name. And Bangalore, my place, let it be in the green. You can check it up. However you want the combinations, you can put it up. Right. So this is how I create it. Now what I'll do is after creating this, I'll save the changes. I've created one more signature here. So it is saving. Can you do wait on this? Okay, now I'll just close this. Now I'll go to the compose again. Now if you go to the signature space, no, you'll be finding my second signature, what I created. So now if I click Arun, only this will be my signature. Right? Or if you want this to be clicked, and if you click on this one, the other signature will be. But I can set something as any one as a default. So now since it is a professional mail ID, I'm using it only for the professional element. So I've used only this as my professional content to be delivered. So I will retain this as my signature. Okay. So people are getting this. What do you mean by a signature? So signature component is very important when it comes to email writing. And use professional salutations. Salutations meaning, for example, a person from a professor is replying or sending a mail to me. When I'm replying back, I need to use a proper salutation. For example, professor means if he's a doctorate person, I need to address him with Dr. So-and-so. So salutations are very important. And use exclamation points sparingly. Don't, for greetings alone, you can use one. And there will be like people who are having 4 or 5 exclamation points. Avoid it. Mail should not have that many exclamation points. And be cautious with the humor. Know that people from different cultures speak their right and differently. High context cultures, Japanese, Arab, and Chinese or not, will have a high context culture. Low context culture, German, American, and Scandinavian prefer to get the point very quickly. So when you're writing a mail to an American, don't explain everything as a contextually. Stick on to the point. That is low context culture. If you are writing someone like a Japanese, Arab, or Chinese, they like more of literate. They like more to be colloquial. So the mail has to be so detailed. You have to praise them, you have to greet them, and you have to introduce yourself as who you are in the mail. Then what was the last conversation we had? So everything has to be sorted out rightly in the sequence when you're writing a mail to these country people, Japanese, Arab, or Chinese. Low context people are German, American, Scandinavian countries. So majority of Scandinavian countries are having this kind of low culture. So India again that falls under a low context culture. In India, majority of the people expect the point has to be delivered at the quickest. Okay, the point has to be delivered at the quickest. People are not ready to listen to your more adjective oriented sentences or not. People are not interested to listen. So kindly always note that it has to be made like uh, low context culture. All right. But when it comes to high context culture, when you're writing a mail to a Chinese person, be very, very a high context thinker. You need to put everything in the context. Okay, so that these are the certain etiquettes which you need to follow when it comes to email. And the other few things, reply to your mail emails even if email wasn't intended for you. You are getting one common email, so don't reply to all the principals mail on it, right? It is like when you're entering into the corporate, you need to do that. Nothing wrong in replying, but again, it will be like everybody will receiving that mail. So when you're replying to the existing mail is always expected, right? Replying to all the mail, and it is not like spam mails and all. Don't start. You just won a jackpot. Open this, click on the link, and you will receive your jackpot. Please kindly don't reply or don't even click on that particular link. Okay, it's a scam. It's a spammer, and they might scam you on money. So don't do that one. Proofread every message. And proofreading, it is not required right now. And it is like Google itself is does. And whenever Google is marking certain words as a wrong one, kindly do understand there is some mistake in the word and kindly reframe the sentence according to the Google suggestion. If you have anything better than that, you can go ahead. But at least try to follow the Google's suggestions on the uh, with regard to the mail. Add the email address last. Always it is better, right? Don't add the email address first. First, devise all your things write the subject line, add the signature block, add the signature, put the content of the mail, cross-check the mail, proofread it, proofread the subject, proofread the whole message, grammatically cross-check everything. Then finally only you need to add the receiver, to whom you have to send. Add the email addresses last. CCC and BCC, you have to be very noticeable. So carbon copy, whom should reach, and block to carbon copy, whom should reach. So these two are very important for everyone. So note it up. Email should be sent only, email address should be added only in the last. So double check that you have selected the correct recipient. Very important. Don't send it to the wrong person. So keep your fonts classic. Keep tabs on your tone. As I told you, even in the writing, no, people will understand what was your tone of the message. So use more of polite words, use more of soft words. That is always a better. I request you to do this for me because I'm sending this for your reference, and kindly do for your kindly take it forward for the upcoming proceedings. So always try to come out with the more polite and more soft natured words. So that is always a better etiquette to be followed when it comes to email. Nothing is confidential, right? So write accordingly. Nothing is confidential meaning when you're sending to one person, don't try to hide the basic points and try to portray only the very important points. And people, the others might think that, okay, there is something confidential to say that there is nothing confidential when you're talking with or when you're trying to write it to one person, right? It could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, whomever you're writing a mail, could be a teacher as well. So be open, be strict. Yes. Now let's get on with the online meeting etiquette. This I wanted to start right from the beginning, right? Right in the beginning, I wanted to start. And these are the basic etiquettes which you need to follow. No any, what to say, no, I cannot compensate on these. I cannot forgive on these mistakes. All these are very compulsory. That has to be followed. The first very important point is join early. My meeting starts at 3:40. I see 3:35, I will open my meeting. At least 3:40, everybody please join. Don't make me to wait for another 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So that is probably the a wrong tone you are sending to the people, right? Joining early, if not join on time, not late. Problem of joining late is, if at all I'm sharing my screen, then people will keep knowing who are all joining. So when the people, they know that who are all joining late, they'll keep track of that person. Unnecessary. Right? When it comes to corporate, colleges leave it off. We'll be having a very lighter note, take it lightly. Your attendance goes off. But when it comes to corporate, you'll be noted differently. You are not joining the meeting on time. And you'll be branded like that. And being a personal branding teacher, I will always tell you that don't make people to brand you are a late person. Don't make people to brand you are good for nothing. Or don't make people to brand yourself as you are a commoner. Or don't make people to brand yourself as you are a foodie. At least foodie is okay. But even to me, I will tell that don't let that happen. Right? So you are not a latecomer at all. You should not be a latecomer when it comes to online meeting. Second one, dressing right. I've seen many people. I'm not very sure how many people are still in bed attending this meeting. I'm not very sure. And dressing right. When you're not, why dressing right is very important. Many of the times we don't know if your videos open up all of the sudden. Then it is my meeting is getting recorded. Of course, I pinned my photo and I can just see my recording is happening. So only one of my pictures I can see it. What if all your pictures are there on the online meeting? If screen is not shared, right? Screen is not shared. Everyone's picture will be there. And what if your improper dressing video is being opened? Then probably it becomes a very awkward moment, right? So don't let that happen. Always minimal good dress should be there when you're attending the interview. right? And a tidy workspace. Make it very, very clean workspace. If you look at my backdrop now, you will be seeing nothing is untidy. Empty is far better. Decoration is okay. And piling of books, running of wrappers, and hanging of your dress material in the background, kindly do avoid. Okay, that will make people to feel that your workspace or your place is very, very untidy. Right? Cleanliness, very important. Right? I've seen many people hanging their pants and shirts and the innerwear and all it be hanging in the bathroom. And majority of the time, I'll told them kindly remove that or kindly have a small, at least a virtual background is good enough. Generally, in your if you go to the video, you'll be finding blur my back. Right? Can you see this one? I've blurred my back. At least this is okay. But even if something is hanging, also it will be visible on. Or the other one is choose your virtual back. For example, I can choose my virtual bag. I've kept my college picture as a virtual bag. This is far better. Okay, so people are getting my point. When you are having your uh, online, these etiquettes should be there. If I don't have this gallery, or what if I don't have this picture in my gallery? If you have a green screen, it's fine. Whatever you have it in the green screen, it will be making it like this. But green screen is not there, we can't do anything. So you need to put this particular image in the gallery. Or if you wanted to have some studio effects, that you can add it, right? Adding mustache or adding, making it looking like a clean shape. And you can add image also. Whatever image you wanted, you can add it. So try to make like that. And try to avoid these kind of images. Yeah. Where in the meeting, no, you'll be having a dog giving flower to you and adding frames like this, a smiley frame all around my face. Unprofessional. It is not that it's wrong. It's not that it's wrong. It sounds like it's in a kind of an or unprofessional way of keeping your meeting. So these things and all can be avoided, right? And again, bringing these kind of theater effects not required. Try to make yourself ensure that you're this is theater mode creating, not required, right? So make it as light as possible. Okay, this kind of filters and all I'm using. So kindly don't do that, guys. So always it's better to come out with a normal one. Okay, very important. Next one is stay focused. Whenever your meeting is happening, no, you don't concentrate on something else. I see people who are working parallelly on multiple screens. So you concentrate on what is happening because if all of a sudden if someone is calling you and asking you, can you contribute a point? If you're not focused on that one, no, people might think that okay, he's not been properly focused. So don't try to do that. Cut the noise. In meeting, in our class meeting, I've witnessed many of the times. People will unmute them and they will be screaming and celebrating something and all with their friends, which will be unnecessarily here. Right? So at least that you could have avoided. So try to be focused, try to cut your noise, then clean wrap up. So when you are talking something, the final wrap up, it has to be very, very clean and it has to be done very strong. These are the basic. Give grace. Give grace meaning you need not be very strict when you're part of the meeting. You can be casual. You can talk. You can share your opinion, but graceful. All these things can be done, but you have to do it very, very graceful. Right. So that is basic ground rules when you're following the online meeting etiquettes. These are the basic ground rules you need to follow. See, these are the very, very awkward moments. What are the basic awkward moments which you people could be witnessing? Right? So these are the first few things. When you accidentally share the wrong screen, that could happen when you are accidentally sharing it. And you are a host and you are the one who have to share the meeting, right? You have to share the presentations. At that time, if you're doing it, right? If you're accidentally strong in the wrong screen, that to a very, very awkward screen, probably people might think uh, really bad about this. That's a very, very embarrassing. So don't create one such embarrassing. And next, like when you're attending call from some other place, from bathroom, from storeroom, from kitchen, and you forgot the mute, cooker is whistling, and your washing machine is beeping out. And from bathroom, you need not know all the noises will be coming from the bathroom. So when it is like that, kindly do make sure that you mute, right? So you have to mute yourself. Uh, you have to be very, very careful, right? And the basic other one, online expectations, what people are expecting, arrive on time, mute your microphone. We are always watching, don't snack and speak. Uh, Meaning, don't eat something and talk. Be sure to hang up. When you cut the call, you have to be very, very sure that you have to, the call has been hung up. And there was one funny statistics which I went through then that I wanted to share with you people, which is nothing but what else employees doing during a conference call. When you're having an online meet, what are the other things people are doing? Other work, 65% of the people. Sending an email, 63%. Eating or making food, 55% of the people. Going to the restroom, again, 47% of the people. Texting to someone else, 44%. Checking social media, 43%. Playing video game, 25%. Online shopping, 21%. Exercising, gymming, 9%. And talking and another phone call, 6%. So these are the still other things are not listed. Right? It's not that only this much we do, but other things are there, many things are there, but that has not been listed in. But majority of the people are doing this. Look at that. 47% of the people go to the restroom only during their of online or online class or during their conference call. Sounds funny, but it is little it's of course disturbing as well. Right. So try to remember these things, guys. And when you host a meeting, very clear about agenda of the meeting. Right. That's the reason whenever I start the online class, now I'll have this agenda for every day, every hour. Today I'm going to discuss about the assignment. Then we are going to talk about your the classes, what we need to cover it up. In that, if at all you have any kind of activities, that will be going through. So the arrangement of the event for the 30 minutes or 50 minutes or 1 hour, 2 hour, how many hours your meeting is, for that you need to have a clear agenda, what we are planning to do. And one more thing, which should be very crucially happening. When your boss asks you a question, but you are not listening and you pretend to have a network issue, majority of the things people will do this. They will stuck with the same face. They will hold it for some time. People will think that it is a network issue, but the backdrop, some people will be moving. Many of you would have been watching this kind of reels in the Instagram, right? They will stuck and they will behave like they are in the uh, network issue stages. But unfortunately, if someone else is moving on that, or if you just because of the wind screen is moving on, then probably people can see that one, observe that, and it will be clearly noted that only you are stuck and you are trying to act that you are having network issues. Right? So don't try to imitate such things on it. So that is a very, 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 very bad habit of your online screening, online etiquettes. Right? So don't do that. That's part of your online etiquettes. And again, observe this video, guys. All these are the best ways how you can be part of your best of online meetings and internet meetings. Look at every single moment. Every person is not having the same intent. If you are smiling, if you are reciprocating meaning, of course, whatever be your, many of you are having your network issues, but only 1 hour you are having your online meeting. Majority of you don't open your videos. Okay, majority of you don't open up your videos. Why the reason? Of course, you will be having a reason like I have a very poor network. Video might be late. And again, we also have the same constraint, so that is okay. But when it is 10 people in the meeting, all the 10 should have their videos open. During the conference call, you cannot say you can turn off your video. That's not expected. So that's a most highlighted part of your etiquettes. Right? So keep firing on that one and look at the expression of each people. It's all wonderful. And everyone wants to be contributing to this. All right. Even the three people who are signing, laughing, smiling in the corners. No? Look at this. She is smiling. These three people are smiling. She is also doing it. Even a smiling is a good reciprocation of what people are talking. It is ensuring that we are keeping ourselves alive in the online meeting. Right? And there is nothing wrong when, for example, I'm opening my sharing screen. I open my WhatsApp and notifications keep on coming onto the screen. No? That's a very, very bad habit. So when you host a meeting, ensure that all your notifications are turned off. Notification should not be there at all. I mean, it should not pop on the screen. When it pops on the screen, no, then probably you will not have the concentration from the people who could be missing, and they will be concentrating on, okay, here is one notification. He has received a mail from that person. All these will be noted unnecessary. Summarize the meeting before ending. So always very good habit. At the end of the meet, try to brush up. At least take a couple of seconds. These are the things we discussed. Finish it off. So that's a very good habit of winding up your online meet. Don't interrupt others when they're talking. Right? Kindly you can chat. You can hold when the person is asking you, is there any contribution from your side? Hold it till that particular line. Don't talk continuously. Right? When you're talking, don't talk continuously. Take approval from people who are listening. And you should have a timely break in between. You should ask people, are you following me? Of course, I'm doing online class. You people should be following. So that's the reason why I'm not asking. But in the conference calls or in your corporate online meets and all, you need to be very, very strict. You need to be very strict when you're talking. Don't talk continuously. You give a break to them. Ask them, are they following? Is there any contribution from their side? All these things should be basically asked. Right? And don't interrupt others when talking. Someone else has wanted to contribute something. No? Don't interrupt when you're doing it. Okay, so I think we'll continue from here in the next class. I think it's time. It's already 4:30. Okay, people. So thank you all. So people, assignments, please keep in your mind. You have to submit it by today, tomorrow. Don't delay it further. So I'll end the meeting, guys. Thank you all. Nice meeting you guys. See you all. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. See you.